bringing for you, but that's global market action. How will these overnight cues impact our own markets? We have a research team joining in to tell you just that, the trade setup, the stocks that are likely to be in the news, and the action from the FNO space as well. Hey guys, a very good morning to all of you. Rima, let me come across to you first. What is the market setup looking like today? Okay, Rima, it looks like we cannot hear you. There is a technical glitch, but we'll come to you. Before that, let me go across to Surbi, who will list out all the stocks that will be in focus today. Surbi?
Hi, thanks for that. I have a few stocks on my radar this morning. The first one is Tata Motors, where the board gives in-principle approval for partial divestment of company's investment in Tata Technologies via the IPO route. Next is GR Infra Projects, where the company sells entire stake in arm GR Highways investment manager to Lokesh Builders for 15 crores. KEC International, the company gets orders worth 1350 crores across various business segments. Godrej Agro, where it enters into 2 sale deeds for transfer of close to 4 acres of land in Tamil Nadu for 72 odd crores. And lastly, Ethos, where the promoter Yashwardhan Sabu sells 50,000 shares at an average price of 1022 per share. With this, his shareholding in the company goes down from 0.86% to 0.64%.
Okay, all right, Surbi, thank you so much for that. And let me go across to Mangalam now, who will talk about all the cues that are coming in from the FNO space this morning. Mangalam.
Good morning. So today the cues are looking much better than what they were yesterday. And yesterday wasn't particularly bad because while the Nifty closed absolutely flat, it was a recovery of almost 150 points from the lows. So, to that extent, we are expecting a good day in today's trading session as well. In the cash markets, the FII sold about 139 odd crores, a little lower than what they did earlier, 158 odd crores. But importantly, over the last 2 trading sessions, the DII buying has been outpacing the FII selling, so that's a positive. And in index futures, yesterday, we did see that the Nifty futures premium actually rose from around 87 points to around 108 points as well. So that was telling you that there was some purchase out there as well. The data confirmed that 658 crore worth net purchase is what we saw out there. And it was basically the shorts who covered their positions because they weren't getting any follow-through. As a result of which, the longs, which were at 58%, have inched closer to that 60% odd mark. The other thing that took place was also the put-call ratio that we were talking about yesterday has inched higher from 0.76 to 0.9, and that's telling you that there was some put writing as well. And that is the biggest positive. 79,000 put contracts written as against just 1,000 call contracts, and more calls bought than puts as well. So the FIs are a little more bullish on the markets, and more importantly, they believe that the lower levels could see a fair amount of support. 18,400 put. The premium out there is around 35 odd rupees. So that's telling you that 18,365 odd would be an important support. 18,500 put also saw a fair amount of writing for a premium of 66 odd rupees. So 18,365 to 18,450 is the support zone you're looking at, and 18,500 call obviously is at a premium of 100 odd rupees. So 18,600 to 650 could be a bit of a resistance zone. So what does this mean for the overall market setup? Option writers see 18,350 to 18,650 as an important range for the Nifty. We're in the middle of the range. The SGX Nifty indicates a positive start. Let's see where we go. For the Nifty Bank, it's the 20-day moving average, which will act as a firm support.
It will. We'll watch out for that particular level. Mangalam, thank you so much for all those cues. Finally, Rima is back with us. Rima, what is the market setup looking like today?
As you guys have been pointing out, the top-down approach looks very good. US markets had a solid finish, a gain of 1.5%. Asian markets higher. SGX Nifty suggesting that after the consolidatory session that we had yesterday, this morning, there could be some gains. But the general sense is it could be a bit of a wait-and-watch approach, a bit of a sideways move, because although there is a gap-up opening, a bit of a positive start, markets are finding it difficult to follow through with big moves. And plus, we've got important data to track, the US CPI inflation data. The flows have been thinning out as the year-end dynamics play out. So the FI sold 138 crore in the cash market, but look at the gross buying. The gross buying was just sub 7,000. A couple of weeks ago, that figure was even extending up to 8,000, 9,000, 10,000 crore rupees. So the gross inflows and outflows by both the FIs and DIIs have been thinning out. Also for the Indian markets, what could act as a bit of a dampener is the IIP data. October IIP came in as a big disappointment at -4%. And remember, this feeds into the GDP data. So the fear is that in the coming quarter, the GDP data, the Q3 GDP data, could pose a negative surprise, a downward surprise, and that is something the street will be, watching out for very closely. As I said, this week, especially the second half, is going to be very crucial, starting with the US CPI inflation data. So markets could have a bit of a sideways, move. There's lots happening on the primary market front as well. Landmark car as well as drone Acharya aerial innovation. Both these two IPOs open up today. Back to you.
Okay, all right, Rima and Mangalam, Surbhi, thank you so much for joining us and prepping us up for this trading day ahead. Moving on to some news from the India-China border, Indian Army sources say that troops of the Indian and Chinese armies phased off into the Tawang region of Arunachal Pradesh on the 9th of December, leading to minor injuries to personnel on both sides. Sources also say that both sides immediately disengaged and commanders of both armies held a flag meeting to restore peace in the region. For now, we'll slip into a break. Up next, we'll put focus on the macros as IIP unexpectedly dips for October. Inflation, however, is now under the crucial 6% mark. Details after the short break.